Hello and welcome back to part two. I'm joined again with Samantha Kenny and I'm super excited. A fair amount of people that I've talked about uh, doing demonstrations of repeatability have, fallen off. They get busy, life comes up. And so when I got your email, I was so excited that you're actually down to meet again and share what you found. Before starting, I have yet to open the file that you sent me. I don't know what's in there.
Yeah.
I've already pushed up to my GitHub separately. And I was going to say just for just for transparency and just for like trust, I'm not super religious, so I don't have a Bible to swear on, but we can swear on our digital Voynich manuscript.
That's great.
So I have yet to see your translation. You've never seen my translation.
No.
We haven't talked at all in the week between last week and this week. We haven't talked at all. We haven't communicated. I remember we left it off. I said I was going to send you like a list of most common words, but I didn't do that because I got busy.
Yeah, no worries.
We've had literally no communication since last week to this week. And I'm super stoked to see what you found like the process was like, what connections were made. So yeah, tell me a little bit about the process, how you went into the whole paragraph.
For sure. I do swear we haven't chatted about anything. There's no conspiracy here at all. So you actually hadn't even promised me a list of common words. You did mention that if I had questions or if I wanted some feedback on common words, I could reach out. What I ended up doing was I saw words that I was like, this is probably a common word because it was short and just very reminiscent of like one of the characters or something. But I actually just went ahead and just did word by word translation just based on what you taught me about the lexicon and what I was seeing in it. So on some of them, I literally wrote a note that's like, this is probably a common word and I'm like reading too much into this and things like that. So it was really cool. I went ahead and I basically went word by word on, I think there were 38 words in the paragraph, 88R, second paragraph. And I basically just tried my best to apply the lexicon as I understood it from our conversation. And I kind of just mapped it out. I'm kind of a info maximalist, so I did pull kind of everything I thought matched, but I also really felt that my lack of experience with the characters, with the language, just made it so I felt like there were things I wasn't searching and like wasn't pulling. So that it definitely felt like I wasn't getting everything. But I'll go ahead and share my screen and we'll talk through it. And then I was also just looking at the page today and I had like a eureka moment, and I don't know how like professional or above ground it is to just like have a thought eureka moment about the whole thing.
Well, the thing is like this isn't a science, so it's really awesome to have someone, take a tackle at it as well, because you could find something that I haven't found, that takes fresh eyes, So and that's the other thing is my process going into this, I wasn't entirely strict linguistically, so I was able to get some things that a lot of linguists wouldn't get right away because they're following like a strict model, where it's like fresh eyes are always important in things that are not entirely, a science.
Totally. I totally agree. So yeah, I'll share everything I thought. Do you hear any background noise coming through? Because I have a window open. I can go shut it.
No, but I actually have my heater on. Do you hear any background noise?
No, I don't hear anything. So we sound good.
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool. So I'll go ahead and just say the first thing on my mind. So I went through, I think it took me 2 days basically, where I digitized the glyphs first so I could have like something to use visually. Yeah, I'm just going to go top to bottom and kind of explain as I go. I'm probably going to turn myself around a few times though. So I don't know where to start. Okay, let me just tell you the first thing on my mind so I just get it out instead of like trying to segment things. So here's the full page of 88R. And I went word for word in paragraph 2 without looking at this page at all. And I actually just pulled it up earlier today, and I actually finished doing the translation document yesterday, I think, early yesterday. And then I was just looking at the page to see if I could like like to reflect on all of these words I translated, and they really felt very disparate as I was going. And there were so many options word for word that I was like, oh, I don't really have a gist of what this could mean.
Right.
And I'd already noticed kind of the roots, the illustrated roots and things like these, just they don't look like normal plants. They look like these kind of elaborate root systems and then these like micro tops. And then I was just looking at these, you know, things, vessels on the side of the page. And I was like, this is about hydroponic gardening. And I was like, I do hydroponic gardening. I told you I work in food systems.
Right.
So yeah, looking at this and I was like, oh my God, like these look like illustrations of hydroponic gardening, so much so. And then I was actually able to look at all of the words I pulled and I just found so many, I felt like I was kind of going crazy. Like I just found so many possibilities that really connected with that. So that is kind of like the summary that just came to me today that kind of made me like flip my lid a little bit. So I wanted to get that out of the way.
Well, that makes me super excited about something that I found. So
Yeah.
I'm already getting antsy. So just for the viewers, I had Samantha look at the second paragraph. For this page, nothing has been translated and on my end and pushed up to GitHub when I had assigned it to her. So I assigned her this middle paragraph and I took a crack at it and Samantha took a crack at it. We both haven't seen each other's translations. And just if you can zoom in, it's just that second paragraph and the little trailing word that I had Samantha look at. So it's a pretty small section, but I know how long this takes. So I was like, if you don't finish it, that's totally fine. But it's awesome that you were able to tackle the whole thing. So I'm super excited.
I tried to maintain the same level of attention throughout, but definitely there's like duplicate words. And I was like, what does this mean? But then when I took this, I don't know, I'll just get into it in a little bit, but I just got really jazzed about it. So should I go ahead and pull up the translation document I pulled together?
Yeah, let me pull it up too. I haven't opened it yet.
Yeah, it's no worries.
Did you send it? It's the Google Doc?
Yep. And it's no problem. I just wanted, you know, it didn't matter if you were able to look at it ahead of time or not. This is just kind of how I do my work in general. This isn't kind of a special, like, it's just the way my brain kind of works.
This is nice. I like this.
I do a lot of collaborative work in Google. So like, I'm always linking stuff and I tried to draw the characters first. I was getting so frustrated that I ended up putting it into Canva and kind of like playing around with the contrast so I could just use the actual scans. So yeah, that's what I've got. And then I went word by word. You'll see me scrolling here.
This is so organized. This is excellent. Oh my God, we are on the same page with a lot. Okay, wow.
I'm so glad. Yeah, I'm kind of like, I really like complex information. It's part of why I work in food systems. It's just like, how can we get what we need at our fingertips kind of thing. So is it helpful to go word by word?
You're gonna see my screen and it's literally just copy and paste from 10 Glen.
But it looks so much more technical in your TXT or your I forget what they call it on Mac, but you're a software engineer, so it makes sense you would think that way too. Okay, cool. So yeah, I don't know. Should we go kind of top to bottom? I know that you would have just cut through a lot of the noise as you were doing these in 10 Glen. Like, yeah, I'm sure I included a lot of would have counted out.
I'm already seeing a couple of words that I immediately delete because I know that they're not it. But it's awesome that you were on like you're doing something like just a little bit more lengthy or time involved than I'm doing. So this is really great.
Well, I also think you have a lot of pattern recognition around doing these translations that I really just had none of at all. So it kind of felt like I was like pulling things out of the dark a little bit. And it's cool when some of the stuff kind of consolidated maybe into something that fit. Because sometimes nothing felt like it fit perfectly. Right. I was like, something wrong. Right. So I tried to keep notes if there was something about the actual like writing that I was confused about, or I was drawing like I was saying this looks like a contraction or something that I didn't have like a scan for. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so you could see, should we talk through it? There's a lot of words. I'm not sure how the best.
I mean, this is a great breakdown with the first word, which is an uncommon word. So I think that this is a great place to start. And I can already see that you had simpleton, which would have been one of my first searches when I first started. But I can already, just from pattern recognition, can tell that it's most likely leaning toward an F, because usually the BHs will appear in the middle of the word if they're making that sound. But that, like, these searches are all completely on the right track.
And that's the big goal with demonstrating repeatability. Am I right? Like, the bigger thing is that we are actually kind of seeing the same thing when we're looking at the document, not so much that we're going to do a perfect translation.
And I'm sometimes seeing like a bunch of things at once. So having it granular and written out like this is perfect. And it's also great for viewers who are watching to look at this granularly, the way that you've organized it, to be able to visually jump in and start working themselves if they want to.
Yeah. And I also think, you know, by putting all of the individual characters beneath the word, I also thought it was a way to quickly catch an error where it's like, oh, you just totally misread this one. Like, even here, there's a contraction that I didn't have a scan for. So I kind of like played it out a little bit. So yeah. Did you get a different word? So you got a different word. I tried with the F2, but I just wasn't finding exactly the thing. But I also don't know all of the ways that the words are pronounced. So I spent a lot of time listening. Yeah.
So this is great. Your third word, you're starting to go in the right direction.
Yeah.
The thing with this though is you have a B, which isn't likely for that third sound. It's going to be like a tr or a thra, or a thra, because that T. Remember, the T can have overlaps with T, TH, and D. But this logic is completely sound, like absolutely sound. So for this first word, the first word that I got was Fothran, which is the word for figurative, mystical, or mystery. But I know just from translating the rest of the root section, or most of the root section except for this page, I already know that a word like that most likely would be a connotation rather than the actual meaning. So I dug a little deeper, and there's the word for where the TH is slightly silent.
Yeah.
For form and develop, which is fevri. So I have that as a possibility as well. So form, develop, and then with a connotation of figurative or mystical.
Cool.
But we can leave that as is. I think that that's great. And
that's great. Yeah, I feel similar.
I think that the full simpleton is a possible connotation, possibly too. I mean, like, that's an interesting word that comes up occasionally, but yeah.
Yeah, it's super cool. Should we move to word 2?
Let's go to word 2, yeah.
Yeah, because that's exactly how I was feeling too, was like there are additional ways that these could be pronounced that I'm just not getting into, you know.
This is perfect.
Like, characters. Yeah.
This is perfect.
So here we've got word 2, which is like trial. This word trial kind of popped out to me, but it could be, I thought, you know, with if we were dropping off the L, if it was more of an accent, then it's that try, the 3 or something like this. And I kind of pulled these pieces.
Yeah. I have for this as a possibility, journey, travel. Trial does come up, but usually when trial comes up in a journey, expedition like way, you're going to see a slight that I represented with the what is it called, the unit.
Okay.
The vowel unit. So because that's 2 separate consonants, so trial. Yeah. You see that usually noted. So if you scroll up to the word, you'd actually see that I most likely for trial. So here I would search exactly as you typed it, TRAL, and that is the word for trawl or net.
Trawl or net, right?
But trial, I also have listed on my end as a possibility, trial for test to try. The word comes up later on, like 2 words after. Do you notice that it comes up 2 words after?
Yes, I think so. Right. Yeah. Again, it's like a similar.
This is like testing, possibly testing, trialing. So INAN, sometimes that can be a suffix for in process of. I didn't tell you that last week, and I was like, oh shoot. But this is essentially exactly what I have for this word. I have short period spell, trial, test.
Cool.
And then wait, really quickly go up between the 2 words. Yeah, what do you have? Yeah. This was a really weird word, and I got something really interesting. Oh, amazing. Okay.
Similar?
Similar, but I stopped on a word that I thought was really relevant later on, and I held on to it. So I got basically all of the same searches, ACRA, except for tool, which is that's really important. I didn't get that. So that I mean, like, you got something that I didn't get, which I think is relevant.
Yeah.
ACRA. It is slightly more of a G shape, and I just wanted to note that I kind of randomly got, if you look at the last G, there's a bit of a tightness to that G, the last letter, where it could be R, where it could be an R and ending in RG rather than just G.
Yeah.
Could be ending in RG rather than just G. Yeah. And I got agaric, which is agaric, like the English word for agaric, which is like it's like a mushroom type.
Cool.
Type. It's like a specific type of mushroom with like a dome on the top of it.
Cool.
So I listed that as a connotation, but I think what you have is perfect. Tool, it would be the word acra. I would just say it would be acra with the diminutive og. So little tool.
Right, little tool.
So, yeah, I would just add that to your notes with plus diminutive acra. That's perfect.
Yeah, I think I ended up dropping off the og, but I didn't identify it in the notes that this is how I was kind of doing it. I was doing little.
But yeah, when you get words like that are clearly not to do with the context, like pleading, it's important to include them, as potential connotations, or just so you have it to be able to search for it. But you can kind of like, for me, it's like when I get the context of whatever the paragraph is, I know which words to leave off or to drop off or to just include as connotations.
Yeah, I actually did have a question. I'm seeing I wrote it here, which is that I wasn't sure if that was the suffix because I'd written it as the more.
Yes, so the suffix is ag, like written like an A and G. But right here we have OG. But if you compress it together, if you say it quickly, if it's next to another vowel, it would be akra. Akra.
Right.
So it would be like
So it still works. Got it.
It would still work.
Yeah, that happened a few times where I was like, I'm gonna just leave this off because I wasn't finding it. So both of them seem to sometimes have that meaning to them. Read them. My dog's staring at me. Okay. All right.
Should we scroll on?
Yes, let's scroll on. So I'm gonna skip word 4 because we spoke about this one.
Yeah, we're good at that one.
And then 5, again, this kind of brings up that same theme, this
yeah, and here your first word is exactly what I have.
Yeah.
In this context, I can already see that there's some repetition happening in the visuals around. So I would just, the way that I translated this, just because I'm used to it showing up, I already know that that's active repeating. So I would
that's great.
And then this is perfect. And then I'm super, super, super happy that you got regulate, because sometimes this is used in that context. Not exactly spelled like this, but that comes up. Regulate and regulation comes up. Usually there's an E before the the A there between the
Cool.
R and A. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
That's perfect. I have active repeating for that.
Yeah, and this is actually one of the first words that, like, so there's repeating words, I feel like, in the rest of the paragraph, or repeating ideas that seem like slightly different.
Mm-hmm.
And that hit when I started thinking about it in the realm of hydroponics, because of this like continual like they call them plugs these days of the plants. Like plant, or like harvest. So that was one of the first ones that I was like, oh, that's a hit for me. Okay. The next one is this. I wasn't sure if this was an exclamation word, a little exclamation, or like a little group was the other one I found.
Yeah, this one is a little bit interesting because oh, you broke it up. Perfect. Oh my God. I was gonna say, yeah. So when I'm sure you searched Alden right away, you weren't able to find a lot, and then you broke it up between A and AL. That's perfect. Right. So if you, that's exactly how I did mine. I broke up the A, and then I searched for lidin, or things like ligin, lidin. So here, scroll down a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's all I got.
Oh, okay. So
the reason is that I had this kind of 8G as a suffix written in my notes, also for small, so I left it off.
So yeah, that could potentially be from small. But usually the small is going to be, the suffix is going to be describing what it comes after. So the N will be added to whatever it's describing as small. So cool. Unless it's talking about the litter being small or the brood being small, it's just contextually it's you want to look at what is without the A, basically. So
okay. So I didn't end up taking it there. I think I ended up just kind of like lobbing it off, and I didn't include those.
That's perfect though. That logic is totally sound, and that as being like a kind of smaller word is fine to, you know, leave off. So for that, I have A as sort of like a preposition, like the how it's used in that first with the A fada. Which that does come up a fair amount. It's also used as a to put emphasis on the word.
Yep.
Occasionally like the A at the beginning of something. So when I saw this, I was thinking, okay, I'm not really getting anything for Alden. If I separate them out, it's really just small, you know. So let me just see what lidin is. And there's overlap between D and G. So for ligin is the word that comes up a fair amount in different contexts, and it's sometimes spelled like this. It's the word for letting, releasing, or extending. Cool. And then also lead, which is Luid. I don't know exactly how to pronounce that. Lid, I think. Is the word for scrap, shred, rag, or tatter. And then if I did separate if I did do a trisect of this, we have the words li in the center, and then din at the end for small, li. So I wanted to see if there was anything for just li or live. And that's the word for herb and plant, which is live. Cool.
It's really cool.
That's like super granular. That would take, that is not necessarily like obvious right away. But I have all three of those listed as possibilities. Yours, that doesn't mean that yours is not still a possibility. A and then small could very well be it as well. But this is just like a little bit of like more like close reading and familiarity with the text that comes with time. And then the next word is really interesting. I have three different, this is like it was like a repetition here.
Yes.
I got cuckold, but I didn't include that because I knew that it couldn't be.
I didn't know what it couldn't be, so I included all of the risque words when they came up, for sure. Yeah, I did get the sense that this was like a repetition, and I wasn't sure if the repetition meant something besides that the sound was repeating in the word. You know what I mean? Like, is it an emphasis on this? So I actually think I probably tried the repetitive sound as one word, and then I think as I went on, I split them up and saw what they meant individually.
Right.
So I think I've got a lot for this one.
Well, you do, yeah. And then did you look into? Yeah, you looked into. Amazing. The soul, amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Scroll down.
Yeah.
Oh, living. Wait. Scroll up a little bit. Scroll up a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have that, but that's good. Body or living body. So I went the same route actually. I got coquelin, which is short hooded cloak.
Yep.
Which I thought was connected possibly to the reference to the mushroom. But let me just see. Wait, your screen changed.
Sorry, what does it look like to you? Because I'm jumping between screens and I just did like a split view for myself, so I can zoom out or anything you need.
But coquelin is the same pronunciation as the word that I have for coquelin. So
okay, cool.
living body and trunk, that seems to be one of the best fits, and that's not what I have. So I have coquelin, which is basically spelled the same, Cochlan, short hooded cloak. And then I also have the word skull.
Yep.
Scowl. Do you have scowl? Yep.
I don't think I have a SC.
So SCAOIL, which is really similar to what you have. I have it's the word for undo, untie, unfasten.
Mm-hmm.
And then the word SAOL, which is like period of existence.
Okay.
But these are all really close. And then I like that you chose Salon as well. It doesn't quite fit. It doesn't quite fit sound wise, but sometimes if like there's this word that I have, scowl, and if you look at it, it does look like Salon could be sort of overlaid on top of it, which I think is interesting because you have noose, loop, ring, tie overlaid with undo, untie, unfasten.
Yeah.
So that's really interesting.
Yeah.
And that's really, really close.
Yeah, I think I was clicking through like the suggestions for a lot of these,
right.
And what you mentioned sound relevant, and I don't remember seeing them, or I probably would have said them too.
Also, something that comes with time is knowing the beginning of words, like the strange, like knowing to search SAO or SCAO.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Great.
Yeah,
This cock of horseshoe is interesting. I want to see what that looks like.
Yeah. Should I scroll up?
We can go to the next word. This is fascinating.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I just adjusted my screen again. I hope it looks okay.
No.
Okay. And then the next is here. This drain. I got you.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Drain. I think that fits perfectly.
Yeah.
I ended up going with a different word. I had rough encounter combat, but also I had Drian. It's the verb form of drio, which is decompose, decay.
Oh, cool.
But that's again DREOIGH. So it takes quite a bit of like searching to get there, but drain I think is important and relevant, especially with the last word, which has to do with the hydroponic. So
yeah,
I'm really interested in what you got for the last word.
Yeah, I don't know if I got it right, but we'll see.
I don't know either because it's a blended word. It's like the blended word, but
yeah, there were some head scratchers for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, 9. This is what I have for this free fall.
Oh, okay. So this one's a little bit. This one I should have warned you a little bit about. Can you scroll up a little bit?
Yeah.
So this sound wise does have some overlap with th with the word for like wheel is RARO, like spelled exactly like this except with the th.
Okay.
And occasionally there's overlap with that. But the streaked is what I got, so that's perfect.
Oh, okay, cool. And I also realized, in reference to the idea of it being about roots and these things, I almost could imagine streaked being like the separation of the roots too. I just feel like it kind of shows up in those areas.
Yeah.
I also got, yeah. Okay. So that one you got streaked for. I think I was also excited about this one, the flourishing.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. So. Yeah. I might have also, I don't think I got all of these, but I kind of rushed through a little bit, but this is great. That's
fair. Cool. Okay.
This is the word that I usually translate as well, but yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even keep going. I don't think once it popped up, I was like, oh, this is the word we're talking about. So I kept it.
Interesting happens here.
Mm-hmm.
Something interesting happens here. Did you notice anything interesting about that vowel there? It looks kind of like the start of an R.
Wait, which one? The one I'm looking.
Word 11, yeah. Do you see how it's cuffed? It looks like it's about to be an R rather than just
Yeah, I was like frustrated by that. I even think I wrote it. I said they're very connected, and what does this mean?
When I was translating, I was like, oh no, this is gonna probably be confusing for So it can be read this way, the way that you have it, but it can also be read as an R starting off, like completely blended with that F. So forf, so forb.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I got this word for like basically like over top of wall, over garment, which is forval. It's like a word that is connected to a bunch of other words, forval.
Cool. Yeah.
But I got all of these words before I realized that might be an R. Like a quick word. But
it could be an R. I didn't try that.
Oh. Outgrowth is really interesting.
Yeah. And this word repeats, or like repeats maybe with some adjustments or something to it. So yeah. And we've also,
And then stripped, bare, naked. Yep.
Yep, I got that. And the next word is almost the same. Am I wrong? Very close, right?
Let me see. Yes. Yeah, there was 2 duplicates. Let me just tell you.
Yeah.
There's 2 immediate repetitions. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I didn't even put anything here because I was going to be like the differences between them were going to be very, very similar.
Yeah. Let me see what I had to distinguish. I also one thing that I also got was easing off, easing off. And then sometimes, and with fabla, it's the BH is silent. Same with folar. One means fabled. You got fable. It's the same root word. And then the word folar, which is the GH is silent there, folar. And it's the word for fowler, which is a person that hunts and traps birds. And birds came up as connotations twice for me. So I have aviary as like a possible connotation, and some of the roots look kind of bird-like. So I was like, maybe this is just like a subtle, like poetic kind of connotation to aviary. But the majority of what I got was in terms of like connotation, has to do with roots, water systems, river is mentioned.
Yeah, river.
Yeah, and then that last word, which I don't want to say because I'm so excited about.
I hope I got something that's worth being excited about. Okay. And then this also felt reminiscent of the previous words, though of course it's different. And these were the pieces I got, but I was frustrated, so I didn't keep going because I kept feeling like I was searching the same things.
Wait, what did we do? Wait, I think I have that as a TH instead of a BH. Hold on, let me see. What is the? Oh, one thing to also keep in mind is when you see that faux, to separate it out as well. It's sometimes the under or sub.
Oh yeah, I did have that in my notes, but I don't think I applied that while I was going.
Oh, this is the word that I have for fowler or fable because it's fafla. Well, it's yeah. Connotation fabled. Anything? Do you have anything else?
No, that was all I got for this one because I wasn't really sure what I was looking at.
So the last word that's like, let's look at the trailing word. Are you able to pull it up, or should I?
The previous or
the just the paragraph.
Yeah, let me go. Sorry.
This is super promising. So if you zoom in on this little guy, yeah. So remember how I said sometimes there's overlap between F and P?
Mm-hmm.
We have like a weird looking F. It's distinct from the others. So I was searching both P's and F's for this last word here. And when I see words like this, I get so excited because they're super rare. So I'm like, this is either going to be like a identification of a plant or a place, or it looks, the pattern of it, I haven't seen that ever before. So I'm like, cool. Faldo, Faldo, or Falda, Folda, Folda, Folda. So I was like, what is this? And one of the words that, so this is a list of words that I got for this. I have a word, the word foled, which has the DH, but it's pronounced follow, and that's exactly how I would read that, follow. It's the word for a bird molting.
Oh.
And then it's also the word for substance or essence. And then poldo, related, is the word for polder, which is it's for planting things underwater in the river.
That's crazy. I would have flipped my lid if I had gotten that translation.
Look up what it looks like too. Folder. I had no idea what that was.
That's so funny.
And then the last word that I have for that is polo, which is the word for holing or perforation, making perforations.
I think I got that later on too, which makes a lot of sense when it comes to making like a man-made hydroponic system because you're poking holes in the best.
Right. That's why I was like, oh my God, hydroponics is crazy.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
So, I'm going to show you sort of like how I arranged my paragraph for this. This is so excellent. You are so organized and granular. I love this. Oh my God, I literally really does for
I wanted it to be something at the end, so it was really cool when I looked today and I saw a through line because I hadn't been like seeing a through line as I went, so none of it was cherry picked before, like at all. I just did it straight. Oh my gosh,
that's so perfect. That's so perfect. Mine is like, it's not cherry picked, but it's just there's like more decisions that I make quickly, so I have less listed.
Yeah.
So that last word, substance, essence, molting, folder, holing, perforation. But this is how I just make a space between each word. And for this, I just left the agaric because I thought that was significant. And then when there's that separation, I'll just like add the A here. And you can see it's pretty I think I just mistranslated that FH as a TH, but yours were all right on point. The TH and FHs, sometimes the hoops are really faint, you know?
Right, totally.
So sometimes I'll mess these up a little bit, but I got this over garment, blah, blah, blah. And the way that I go back in afterwards, I also, one thing that we didn't talk about, which is words like this. Occasionally you'll have a word like this, where it's like an S-A, S-E, S-C-A, and it's just going to be a short, like one syllable word. Usually it's a one syllable word. And for that, for example, this is usually for like every, used as like everyone or every.
Okay.
This is a possibility because there were, a lot of those, but it's most likely this, the SEO word for this, or a preposition, saw, like an in between word,
Cool.
And then strill, this was super slanted. So I got the R for this, SR. I tried to have like a section, you do a section where it included some of the things that we talked about, where there's like, there's variability. So this is a great example of like SR potential. SR, which is the word for river.
I think I caught that, and I got river, I think, for that. So.
And then the biological word for reproduce, knowledge, course material, over beyond. So what I do is I just basically collect all of these words that I got for the whole paragraph, and then I'll put things that are possible connotations with it. This is how I also post to Substack. I did this really quickly, so not all the connotations are there. But from net agaric trial test, active repeating of small scrap shred herb plant, short hooded cloak connotation, undo, untie, period of existence, decompose, decay, rotate, connotation, artillery, limber, water, covering apparatus, form, develop, cutting, easing off, great, immense, rule, striped, illuminate, whitish, every, this, course, path, river, rake, reproduce, guidance, horse, material, inferior thing, over, beyond, down, lower place, little drizzle, little strength, under, veil, cover of pitfall, press, crush, bit, fragment, 10, isolating, surgical tent connotation, aviary.
That's really cool.
But I don't know what exactly is being discussed, but hydroponics definitely seems very relevant.
Yeah, totally.
And 10 was interesting. I'm not sure exactly what 10. 10 is this word that came up here. This word here. This also could be part of this word. So I wasn't sure if this was, you can't really, I was noticing a space here. So this is diak. Diak, see how it's nice and soft? It's like a diak. Something along those lines. And there's a lot of different possibilities. I didn't include all of the connotations for that, but I was thinking press, crush, bit, fragment, 10, and there's also 10 listed in that's the reason why I chose it. So there's 10, if you count all these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I was like, maybe that's what it's referring to.
That's 10. Really cool.
I don't know. But I wasn't sure also with the word whitish. It's normally it's spelled Fauban, but in here it's the word Fovian. There's an extra character there. Let me find it. It's right here. Fovian. Fovian. So I don't think it's whitish. It's possibly something else. Fovian. Fofian. Or Fian. Oh, underveil. That might be underveil. Just kidding. Fian. Fofiel. Is that?
Fail. Yeah, you got it.
No, that's Fofian. No, let me see. No, this is Fofiel. This is Fofiel. This is underveil, but this is Fofian. Maybe I don't think it's whitish. Let's see. Definitely not that. Oh, yeah, underflay of skin. Fofian. So I'm gonna go back to where it says whitish. Where did that go? I'm gonna change this to faux. Faux, underflay of skin.
Cool.
Under skin. Usually when it's describing the mechanism of taking care of the plant, etc., it's also describing a medical purpose.
Yeah.
There's like usually two different meanings that are like laid on top of each other. Which makes sense because in Irish, we were even talking about, Cairo and I were even talking about this before, even like places will sometimes be described as like body parts. In the area, you know, in Ireland, they'll use like body parts to describe the nature around, and there are natural words to describe the body parts like as well. That's why like sometimes I'll put a connotation that's literally the exact same word, you know?
Yeah. That's really cool. That reminds me of this idea of holons that I'm obsessed with, which is that like a fully complex unit of something can be nested within another thing. And it's kind of that like as above, so below, like as you zoom in, you see the same repeating thing. Like if you were to overlay it over the planet, you could see it as you zoom into the land, and you can see it as you zoom into beings and stuff like that. So that's very cool.
So cool. It's like fractally kind of.
Cool.
This was super successful. I know it doesn't seem like it was, but this is super successful and super awesome. I would love to do this again if you're up for it.
I'd love to. Just let me know. Just point me towards another paragraph or whatever you'd like.
I think the next little section will do like 3 or 4 lines of something that it has no visual component, nothing. One of the bulkier sections, and I'll send you an email with that.
Great.
And then we'll go from there and maybe meet next week if you're free.
Sounds great. Great. Yeah, go ahead and send it along. And I didn't even respond because I wanted to make sure I was going to be able to get through it before the end of the week.
Great.
So yeah, send it along and I'll take a look and guess how long it's going to take me. And then we'll get on the books again.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Samantha. This is so much fun and so fascinating.
Yeah, same here. I'm really enjoying it. So I hope you have a great rest of your day, Dorn, and I'll look out for your email.
See you soon. Bye.
Okay, bye.